But it's the thing is with Whoopi is that it's just that's an example of pure selfishness. She's saying that because her emotional disturbance over Trump is so deep that she is willing to let that take control over logic and reason. She would put the country at risk with a man who is not there because she doesn't like that guy. I'm worried about Scarborough. I know you're his friend, Harold. I know he needs a friend right now. Maybe you're the guy that should pull him aside and say, dude, the filter that you've been using in the last couple of years to assess reality is no longer working, and it hasn't been working. If everything turns out wrong through this filter, maybe it's time to take the Trump. I mean, Trump's biggest real estate property right now is in Scarborough's head. You know, it's the Trump 24/7 with a no vacancy sign blinking in his cerebellum. I think you are the man, Harold. You need a Trump intervention. You're not looking at me.
I'm listening. I'm writing this down.
Yeah. Okay.
Look him in the eyes, Harold.
Yes.
No, look at your notes. Look at your notes. Okay. All right, Dana, I'm dying to ask you this. You know, because Joe and Mika last week, they had a thing going on. And Joe was like, 10 days ago, it was really bad. And
he said she was being hysterical.
Yeah, that she was being hysterical. But now he's kind of back on message. The Dem rank and file, they want Joe to stay in the race, and they don't want him to go. What's all this about?
I felt like what I took it from it, because I could see, we were on Newsroom this morning, so we could see the interview was happening, but we couldn't hear it because we were doing our own show. So I catch up with it later. And I think there's this fascinating divide between the newly enlightened media and then the loyalists. So the night of the debate, if you turned on CNN afterwards, there was mutiny.
Yeah.
Right? They were like leaving Biden in droves. And then you have people like Whoopi Goldberg or Morning Joe, who I think Morning Joe is sort of like, I don't know, guys. I don't think this feels like such a good idea. But they're trying to maybe be friend. They don't want to hurt his feelings. But we cannot allow an older man's vision of himself to be in this moment where we have really big, huge problems in this country and around the world. And you have his own staffer saying he can only handle the job between 10 and 4. That's not acceptable. And for Whoopi Goldberg, I wish for her sake, like, I like her. She takes this so seriously, her feelings against Trump takes him so seriously that she's willing to say, I don't need a president who can complete a sentence. I don't need somebody who can control his bowels. I just need somebody who is not. Well, imagine if the Biden team took it as seriously as she did. We wouldn't be in this position because, one, he wouldn't be running again, and he would have said, let's go for an open convention, or he would have turned it over to Kamala Harris, which is probably what's going to happen in the end of all of this by the end of the month.
I think so, too. But, you know, there's a magazine outlet, and they have a photo of Donald Trump, Harold, and they say, you know, when you have Ali Vesey saying Biden's condition is irrelevant, that it's a threat to democracy that we should care about, where they liken Donald Trump to Hitler on the cover of this New Republic. You know, the amazing thing is they say this is what it would look like. But we had him for 4 years, and they're still calling him Hitler. They're still saying we'd rather have an inept president than Donald Trump.
I would have not done that. That's not my way I would have done the cover there. Look, I get on both sides, you have people, Democrats, who are curious as to Republicans who support Donald Trump. They think that there are things that are flawed about him. And I get people who say that they're Republicans who think things are flawed about this Democratic nominee. Just as one of the things I hear you loud and clear, Greg. Joe's a serious guy, and I know he's thinking about this. He's thinking about this as I'm sure we're on this show. But I want to be clear. I heard from Democratic elected officials. I heard from state party officials. I heard from former Democratic elected officials and business leaders in our party. They're donors, but they're more than donors. They're people who run real businesses, who employ people in states that are battleground states. And not one of them thinks it's a good idea for President Biden to go forward. Now, that doesn't mean anything. However, these are not all elites. These are everyday Democrats who care about this issue. But on both sides, there are Democrats who wonder how they're Republicans who support Trump. And remember, 3/4 of the country, or 2/3 of the country, doesn't want either of these guys as the nominees. So I get it.
All right, Jesse.
Whoopi's a kamikaze, and Joe just wants to keep a relationship with the other Joe. And I just have a lot of respect for Donald Trump for going to the basement for the last 2 weeks. I think it was really smart.
Very disciplined.
Very disciplined.
Very disciplined.
But Bill and Hannity tonight.
Yes, that's right.
Don't say anything crazy.
Yeah.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.